Morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about trade analysis. So the objective of today's session is to know to define define the analgesics and what are the types of analgesics, and in that how they are opioid analgesics, how they are differ from the non-opioid analgesics. Among opioid analgesics, we are going to read in detail about the morphine pharmacological actions, and how it acts as a CNS stimulant action, and how it acts as a CNS suppressant action, and in treatment of morphine poisoning and morphine uses and contraindications. So before going into the in detail, so I want to tell you to define analgesics. Analgesics are is a drug which relieve pain without loss of consciousness. So the pain can be due to a visceral pain or due to somatic pain. So in somatic pain, usually we use a NSAIDs, whereas in visceral pain we use an opioid analgesics. Opioid in visceral pain, the difference between the somatic pain and the visceral pain. In visceral pain, there will be the pain will be dull, ache will be there, and the pain will be it is difficult to point out the site of pain, whereas in somatic pain the pain is usually uh, sharp pain, and it is caused due to the inflammation. So NSAIDs are usually preferred in case of somatic pain, and opioids are used in case of visceral pain. So analgesics are two types: opioids and then non-opioids. And opioids, we use morphine as a prototype of drug, whereas non-opioid we use aspirin as a prototype. Then, if you see the history of opioids, in thousands years ago, it has been used for euphoric effect. So and it also been used as an analgesic, as also it is used as a sedation, and it is also used for relieving a constipation and a cough suppressant action. If you see the primary uh, effect of opioid receptor activation is, first one is they reduce or inhibit the neurotransmission. They immediate involve in the changes in the transmembrane ion conductance. They increases the potassium conductance. They causes the inactivation of calcium channel. So these are the primary effects of opioid receptor activation. There are mainly three types of opioid receptors are there. One is mu receptor, kappa receptor, and delta receptor. If you see the mu receptor, they mediate analgesic action, and they act at both supra level as well as spinal level and supraspinal levels. They mediate euphoric effect. They also induces meiosis, and they also induces sedation and dependence, and they also mediate respiratory depression. You see the kappa receptors, they also mediate analgesic both the supra level and spinal level. They mediate euphoric effect and dependence effect, whereas delta receptor, they are mainly they mediate analgesic effect both supra and supraspinal level. They mediate respiratory depression actions. So as a represent action, if you see the mu1 receptors, which are mainly located outside the spinal cord, and they are mainly mediated the responsible for the central and interpretation of pain, where mu2 receptors are located throughout the CNS and responsible for the respiratory depression, spinal analgesia, dependence, and euphoric effects. Coming into the kappa receptors, they are only the moderate, those drugs which mediate kappa receptor, they are only the moderate analgesia. They having a little or no respiratory depression action is very less. They are having a little or no dependence on drug dependence and dysphoric effects. So here we are seeing the morphine as a prodrug among opioid analgesics, and you're seeing the pharmacological actions of morphine. Morphine, when it acts at a CNS, it acts as a both CNS stimulant as well as CNS depressant action by mediating through mu opioid receptors. The first depressant action, morphine, it acts as an analgesic mainly by acting on a substantia gelatinosa in spinal cord and inhibit the release of excitatory transmitters from the peripheral pain afferents carrying pain impulses. And it also mediated the release of glutamate from the primary pain efferents in the spinal cord, and its postsynaptic action on dorsal neurons in the is also inhibited. Coming to the respiratory center, morphine depresses the respiratory center in a dose-dependent manner. Higher the dose and more the respiratory center depression. Morphine, which also suppresses the cough by suppressing the cough center, which is more sensitive. Then morphine also maintains the regulate the body temperature, and vasomotor center morphine at a higher dose suppresses the vasomotor center, and there is a fall in the blood pressure. Coming to the sedative action, morphine, which is differ from the that produced from the hypnotics. So higher doses progressively induce sleep and a coma. When coming into the mood and subjective effects, morphine has a calming effect. The lack of appreciation and feeling of detachment and feeling limbs feel heavy, body warm, mental clouding, and inability to concentrate occurs. These are the actions that has been mediated by morphine, which are subjective effects. Morphine as a stimulants, morphine which activates CTZ center chemotrigger zone and causes causes the separation of suppression of vomiting center directly. Morphine, it acts at and stimulates the laryngeal vestibular nucleus and causes the meiosis. Morphine, which act as a vagal center and decreases the heart rate and causes the bradycardia. In CVS, morphine, uh, which causes vasodilatation mainly because of release of histamine release, and morphine also causes depression of vasomotor center. Morphine, which had direct action on tone of the blood vessels. Morphine has a little effect on heart rate. Generally, it causes decreasing due to stimulation of vagal center in the peripheral resistance. If you see, morphine mainly induce constipation. This action is mainly due to direct action is on mainly by decreasing the CNS tone and also decreasing the segmentation and also decreasing the propulsive movements. Morphine, which causes the spasm of pyloric and anal sphincter, thereby inducing constipation. Morphine, it also decreases the GIT secretion. There that also contributes to the constipation. And central action, it causes the inattention of defecation reflexes. So these factors contribute to the constipation. And coming to the smooth muscle, morphine causes spasm of sphincter of OD, increases the intrabiliary pressure, is increase may cause biliary colic action. In urinary bladder, uh, tone of detrusor and sphincter is increased, and there will be a urinary urgency and difficulty in maturation. In uterus, the action is clinically insignificant, may cause prolonged labor. In neurocriminal effect, morphine activates hypothalamus and mediate the release of gonadotropin releasing hormone. Thus, it increases the luteinizing hormone, follicular stimulating hormone, and ACH are lowered, and that is causing prolactin release. Growth hormones also lowered. Only few chronic abusers suffer from infertility. This is mainly due to diminished levels of gonadotropin releasing hormone. Coming to the pharmacokinetic properties, oral absorption is a reliable because of high and variable first pass metabolism. And coming to the distribution, morphine is highly distributed in spleen, liver, and kidney. Morphine can also cross placenta and can affect fetus more than the mother. Now coming to the adverse effects of morphine, morphine can induce sedation, mental clouding, respiratory depression, um, blurred of vision, and urinary retention. Morphine, uh, when it is used in during labor, it can cause apnea in the fetus. So the treatment is naloxone. Coming into the poisoning of morphine, the poisoning could be either accidental or suicidal or intentional poisoning. The lethal dose is 250 mg. If the non-tolerated adults, 50 mg of morphine IM produces a serious toxicity. The lethal dose of 250 mg can produce manifestations such as stupor, coma, flaccidity, and occasionally breathing will be said. There will be a pinpoint pupil. There will be a fall in the blood pressure, and there will be a pulmonary edema at a terminal stages of the death. This is mainly due to respiratory failure. Another important mm, treatment is treatment for respiratory failure is there the patient should be immediately support respiratory support should be provided, and there should be a maintenance of BP that should be maintained proper BP, and IV fluids and vasoconstrictors are given, and the plastic lavage have been used such as potassium permanganate mainly to remove the unabsorbed part. And coming to the specific antidote, here we use is naloxone, where 0.4 to 0.8 mg IV is been administered every 2 to 3 minutes, every 2 to 3 minutes till the respiration picks up, and short duration injection should be repeated in every 1 to 4 hours. And naloxone and another drug nalorphine is also being used, but it is having a less satisfactory effects are seen. So the specific antidote for treating morphine poisoning and to regulate the respiratory to recover regulate from the respiratory depression, naloxone is the drug we use. Coming into the tolerance, morphine and other related drugs, mainly the tolerance mainly could be due to partly because of pharmacokinetic property and mainly because of pharmacodynamic action. The tolerance exhibit to most of the actions except for the constipation and meiotic actions. So coming into the contraindications of morphine, morphine precautions and contraindication. Morphine in infants and elderly susceptible to respiratory depressant action. Elders and infants are more susceptible to respiratory action. So infants and elder patients, morphine is contraindicated. And in those patients who are having the asthma, suffering from bronchial asthma, these people also morphine is contraindicated. This is would be mainly because of release of histamine, which is a potent vasoconstrictor. And another important thing is hypotension states and uh, hypovolemia. This could be aggregate fall in BP due to morphine. This is also could be due to release of histamine and undiagnosed acute abdominal pain. Morphine can aggravate certain condition, being a morphine which is an opioid analgesic which relieve the visceral pain. So morphine will mask the symptoms of abdominal pain. So morphine is contraindicated due to diabetic appendicitis, inflamed appendicitis, which may cause rupture. So morphine can be given after the diagnosis is established. So pentozocaine, buprenorphine are less likely to aggravate a biliary spasm. So when coming to the elder male, there will be a chance of urinary retention is very high in elder patients. So morphine is contraindicated. So the pre-existing disease conditions such as hypothyroidism, liver and kidney disease, morphine is contraindicated because these patients are more sensitive to morphine. And another important side effect contraindication morphine is head injury. So morphine is contraindicated in head injury. This is mainly because of respiratory center depression, and this could be due to the excess retention of carbon dioxide, and there is a cause of vomiting and a meiosis. So morphine is a potent respiratory center depressant. So there will be depression of the respiratory center, which causes the accumulation of carbon dioxide. So the accumulated carbon dioxide will further increases the intracranial tension. And another important thing is morphine, which causes the meiosis. This could be due to the direct stimulation within the vestibular nucleus, which causes the meiosis. So morphine is contraindicated in contraindicated in head injury patient because in head injury patient one of the signs is meiosis, and so the physician could not able to rule out this meiosis is due to administration of morphine or due to the head injury patient. So morphine is contraindicated in these conditions, the above said conditions. So I summarized today's session. So opioids are the drugs which relieve pain that is associated to visceral pain, whereas NSAIDs are NSAIDs which relieves the pain that is associated with the inflammation. So morphine, which is a natural opioid, which has been used in several years for euphoric effect, sedative effect. Morphine opioid receptors are mainly of mu, delta, and kappa. All this mu, delta, kappa, they act both supra level, both spinally and supraspinal level. They act as an analgesic effect. So the mu receptors are which are mostly mediated through which are involved in dependence, whereas kappa receptors also dependence, whereas delta receptor they are derived from the dependence property. Coming into the pharmacological actions of morphine, morphine act as a both CNS stimulant as well as CNS depressant action, acts as a both CNS stimulant as well as depressant action. Morphine, it is having a tolerance and dependence. This could be due to the its pharmacokinetic and most actually to pharmacodynamic property. And coming to the contraindications, morphine is highly contraindicated in head injury patient and undiagnosed abdominal pain, and particularly in children's, in infants, and in elder patients, and pre-existing kidney and pre-existing hyperthyroidism and renal disease, which morphine, because these patients are highly sensitive to of morphine. And contraindications of morphine, it is contraindicated head injury. This could be due to the suppression of respiratory center, which causes the accumulation of carbon dioxide and accumulation of carbon dioxide, which further increases the intracranial pressure. And another important point is morphine, which causes the meiosis. So, which will uh, which will find difficulty to observe the progress of head injuries. So morphine is contraindicated in these conditions. So I thank you all. I will. So this is today's session. I am ending this session. Thank you.